Okay, so we're going to quickly do Amud Beis, Chavdalad Amud Beis, Avodah Zarah. So we just said in the previous video, Yisrael Lachem Matan Torah Hava Ma'ikol Meimol Yisrael Yisrael Zavan. According to the opinion, if Yisrael was bringing his own animals, we could say it's before the Torah was given, and if Yisrael came after the Torah was given, then it would be that he bought animals from the Jews. So Toshma, we have another challenge against Rabbi Eliezer. How can we say that you can't buy animals from pagans? From a Shomle Amalek Eviyum, Asher Chamal Al Meitav Hatzain, Vabakar, Mishnah the Karam Al Kol Hatzain, Man Zvoyach. L'Hashem Elokecha. So he said like this, that Shaul, he brought these animals when Samuel asked Saul, what is this bleating of sheep that I hear? And Saul says, the people took pity on the best sheep and cattle to give as an offering to the Lord your God. My Meitav, the May Meitav. So we could still say, no, we're not using the actual animals, but rather that you're taking the money and you're going to sell them and buy sacrifices. And why did they get the best? So they could sell them quickly. We could also say it was something wrong. I don't know why I'm not saying that, because Saul got in trouble for that. But we'll put that aside for now. Tashma v'yimer Ravna al David yikach v'yal adoni melech. It's a teveinov. It's very a bakar loyal marigim uchlei bakar leitzim. Previous passage was 1 Samuel 15:15. Now we're in 2 Samuel 24:22, where Ravna said to David, let my master, the king, take and offer whatever is proper in his eyes. The cattle are available for the burnt offerings, and for the morigim, and for the implements of the cattle for the firewood. So Rav Nachman, Ravna ger toshav haya. So Rav Nachman said Ravna was a pious, a righteous Gentile, a ger toshav, a Gentile who kept 7 laws of Noah. And you are allowed to take sacrifices from animals that belong to pious Gentiles, because we know they're not going to commit sins with them. My marigim, what is this word marigim? Amarula mita shel turbal. It's a bed of turbal. My mita shel turbal. What's a bed of turbal? Iza the kurkasa to daishin. So it's a type of board that's like it's called a goat with teeth. It's a type of board that was like a big comb or bed of nails that would thresh the grain. Amar Rav Yosef, my cry, hine some tich, lemoirag, charetz chadash ba'al pifios, tadash harm v'saduk voice kamaitz tasim. So the question is, so how do we find this in the Bible? It says, I'll make you like, it says in Isaiah 41, verse 15, I'll make you like a morag, which is new and grooved with sharp teeth. So we see it's a tool with sharp teeth, which will thresh and pulverize mountains and hills and make you like chaff. Meisvei, another challenge against Rabbi Eliezer. So Paras Haloy Hashem. 1 Samuel 6:14 says that the Philistines brought burnt offerings, the cows, to Hashem. So that was a special ruling for the moment. And it's not something that's typically done. Because similarly, we never bring female cows for burnt offerings, and yet here that was barada. My kushya. So what's the difficulty? Dilma b'bamas yachid. Maybe it was on a private altar, and so then it was all right. The Ravada bar Havdam, Ravada bar Havdam, and Loyal and the Kev Shikshir b'bamas yachid. Shenam v'ikach shmul tlei chalav echad v'lo oila. V'leo zachar mashma. Rav Nachman Yitzchak v'yeleh ksiv. Because we see that on a private altar you were allowed to bring a female ola, as it says in Samuel took the suckling lamb, one suckling lamb, and offered it as a burnt offering on a private altar. But it says v'lehu that he was brought up. So Rav Nachman Yitzchak said, but the way that's only how it's read. How it's written is that she was brought up. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Gvul Yeshla. Pechusami bashlo shanim nekeres bashlo shanim ena nekeres. Yochanan said that an animal that's used for such a sin that we're discussing, God forbid, if it's less than 3 years old, you can make the animal sterile by doing this sin. But if the sin is done after 3 years old, then the animal won't be made sterile, and so we might be more worried about, we don't have to worry about an animal less than 3 years old, but we might have to worry about buying an animal more than 3 years old from the pagan. Isvei, Kalhani Tiuvsa, Shani Lahu, Pechusami Bashalo Shanim. So they challenged Rabbi Yochanan with all these challenges, and he answered that any animal less than 3 years old we could buy from the pagan, but not more than 3 years old. And then all these cases that we brought were animals less than 3 years old. Tashma. Let's find another challenge. There's a paras haloyla shem b'chusavash shalosh shanim. Said the cows were an offering to the Lord. They were less than 3 years old. Maskav l'Rav Huna, breder of Nosan, im kein hainu is b'neim kalav abayis. But if that's the case, then why is it said that they kept their sons at home? They already given birth. Can a cow give birth less than 3 years old? San Visnan. We have a Mishnah, Bechoros, Par v'chamor b'nais shloish, Bade l'kaim mekanvei l'chsafik. If you have a firstborn, you have a mother cow who's no more than 3 years old, when she first produces an offspring, that's for sure the firstborn. But after that, there's a doubt that maybe he had another baby before. So that shows that cows usually don't have babies before 3 years old, although the fact of the matter is, meaning within the third year, usually they're 2 years old. So when we say 3 years old, we say in their third year. So we see that the clearest answer is the first one, that it was a special ruling for the time as far as the Philistines there in Judges. Sharna paras b'derech al derech beishemesh mai veisharna. Another verse about, once we're talking about the story with the Philistines. It says the cows sat on a direct, straight path on the road to Beth Shemesh. So what does it mean it was on a straight path? Amar v'yochanan mishum Rabbi Meir shamar shira. Some say Visharna was not a lashon of Yashrus, but of Shira, not of being straight and upright, but rather of a song that the cows sang to God. Rav Zutra bar Tovia, Rav Chiyishru Panehem, Aron var Shira. And Rav Zutra bar Tovia says there's two things. They turned their face straight to the ark and they sang to God. And my Shira Amar, what did they sing? Amar v'yechanim Mishum Rabbi Meir, v'yechanim said Rabbi Meir, as Yishem Moshe b'nei Israel, they sang the Shiras Hayam from Exodus 15. V'yechanim didei Amar, Martim Yemahu Haidu L'Hashem Kirishmai. Others say that the cows sang from Isaiah 12:4. He will say on that day, give thanks to the Lord and declare His name, make His acts known among the peoples. Rabbi Shimon and Lakish Amar, Rabbi Lakish said, Mizmorei Yasma, Mizmor Shul Hashem Shul Chadash Kinifleis Asa Hashir Leinu Zoy Kadshay. Reish Lakish said that they sang the orphan psalm. What does it mean, the orphan psalm? That it's just called a psalm without any explanation of what the psalm is about. What is this little message? Which is Psalm 98, a psalm. Hold on, let's.